Made a note of that, Commissioner. We'll look into that. So the next date I'm able to locate is the date of the 20th of November. And now I ask us to go back to MK15. So we're done with MK16, which is that referral letter, quote unquote. We'll come back to it in a different context, but for the moment, at least we've established a particular date there. My next date I could locate is the 20th of November, 2024. And that date is at page 289 of MK15. And if you go to page 291, it bears two names. It's signed, it's the name of Lieutenant General Jacobs, but then it appears to be signed by Major General Gladler, who affixes his stamp there, and it's dated the 20th of November, 2024. You see that?
Correct.
So I'm not going to quibble about whether or not Major General Gladler was authorized to sign on behalf of General Jacobs. That's not the point. It's just the date I'm interested in.
Correct.
Below that, it looks like there is space for the Divisional Commissioner Legal Services, S. Chamani, to sign, but no signature is appended.
That's correct.
Okay. Now, if we look at this information note, it states at page 289, under background, it summarizes the essence of the respective dockets. At 2.2.1, it says a report was compiled wherein the allegation that there was interference from both the provincial offices were reported and found to be unfounded. Then if we go overleaf at 290, it gives the background, the discussion, basically summarizing the gist of the complaints. But I'm interested for our purposes at paragraph 3.3. As part of the protocols to address service complaints, an affidavit is obtained from the complainant. Colonel Phillips of this office was tasked to obtain the affidavit. However, after numerous attempts, it seems as if the complainant is evading the request. Please find Colonel Phillips' affidavit as proof hereof. You can jump then ahead at 292. That appears to be the affidavit of Colonel Phillips. It is what it is. Now, at 292, that's the affidavit of Colonel Phillips. Staying with this particular document, at page 290, it concludes with a recommendation at 4.1 and states, due to the sensitive nature of the allegations which has been being widely announced by the complainant, it is imperative that before any criminal investigation is launched, your office peruse the affidavits to provide a legal opinion on whether the element of a crime exists and to advise on a way forward. And overleaf at 4.2, the author states, if your office is in support of the request, please find the dockets for perusal. So we are now on the 20th. On the 20th, within...
And this is addressed to?
And this is addressed to the Divisional Commissioner Legal Services.
SAPS.
SAPS, within SAPS. My understanding of this chain of correspondence is the inspectorate is still seized with the complaint and trying to establish facts and to determine the complaint as proffered by Mr. Adams. And for that purpose, at this point, they are now seeking a legal opinion from internally from the SAPS Legal Services Department. So that's where we are at.
Correct.
By now, they have failed, according to Colonel Phillips, to meet with the complainant, being Mr. Adams. And most importantly, before we leave this document, in 3.2, it notes, and I quote, "The affidavits in the dockets are basic and in the opinion of this office lack the elements of a crime." The author expresses that view, sends the dockets to legal services and say, can we get an opinion whether or not what is in the dockets discloses a crime? You agree with that?
Crime was in 3.1.
Yes, as summarized under 3. I don't know the crimes.
Yes.
Because 3.1 has got number
Yes.
of complaints.
Yes.
As I read them out from the other document, but those are basically the crimes. It would appear they were able to deduce from the contents of the respective dockets.
Yes.
Expresses a view, as I said, 3.2, it says the dockets are basic and in their opinion lack the elements of a crime, but directs all the dockets to legal services for an opinion. Okay?
That's correct.
Then we get to our next date, and our next date is the 21st of November. That is the date on the referral affidavit of Mr. Adams. We dealt with it. Annexure CJC 373. Commissioner, that's file 2, page 512, CJC 373. So while all this activity takes place within the inspectorate to get to the bottom of these issues, then according to this document, Honorable Adams files his referral to IDEC. According to the document, the date on the document.
Correct.
And-
The document is dated the 21st of November 2024.
Indeed.
That's on the document.
Yes, thanks.
When was Mr. Nkabinde's referral? The date?
MK 16, that is dated the 11th of November, 2024.
So it would have been before the date of Mr. Adams's affidavit.
Indeed,
Thank you.
according to the documents, yes. Then we have the 6th of December. And on the 6th of December, we know from your testimony that that is when the team was briefed about the complaint received by IDEC. And if I recall, that's when the investigation team was constituted and you learned that you were one of the investigators or the lead investigator. Correct me anywhere that I am wrong.
The preliminary investigation was approved on the 6th.
Okay.
So maybe on the day after or a few days after, the team would have been briefed. I cannot say that on the 6th of it unless I go back and look at my notes. So what I would answer you this way is that the preliminary investigation approval on the 6th of December, and we would have been briefed within that short period after that approval.
Oh. So I guess you would have to look at your notes to say definitively, you could have been briefed on the 6th, on the 7th, but from the 6th.
That's correct,
Okay,
Counsel.
I think that's fair. Staying with MK15, before we do so, this is where I need your help in the timeline. You are now, the preliminary investigation is approved on the 6th of December. You are briefed 6 or 7 or shortly thereafter.
Yes.
What is the very first step you take once you are briefed? And when?
In the briefing, we get a complete overview
Yes.
Or rather, a complete briefing on the investigation, what we need to do, who's going to do what are the scenarios, who's going to do what, and then we start from there. So basically what you're looking at here is that we'll start subpoenaing documents, looking for witnesses, engaging with the complainant. From that's how it will
Okay.
start.
So at this point, you have not called for the dockets themselves at this early stage?
I cannot recall, I'm about sure those dockets were requested in December.
You say you are not sure?
Yeah, I think this is subject to correction.
Yes, of course.
Right, but I know that those dockets were requested because we have them.
Now, do you recall who they were requested from and how? Was it in writing? And if so, is that request part of your docket?
Chair, Council, Commissioners, I don't know in what form they were requested, and if those dockets were requested by another investigating officer who was tasked to get hold of the dockets. So he would have handled getting the dockets from wherever it was, etc. I have no knowledge of that.
And who would be that investigator?
It's investigator Rapesu. Rapesu.
I take it he would have been reporting to you because you are the lead investigator. Did you instruct him or direct that he request the dockets? Or he did so on his own volition?
Remember, as I said, it's not just one investigation, it's a broad investigation. After the broad investigation, there's specifics. So the tasking is given by Chief Perumal to Rapetsu. Go and collect the dockets. That's what would happen.
So there would be that instruction to collect and then what? Disseminate the dockets amongst the various investigators. How does it work once they're collected?
Trace the dockets, find where they are, get all of the dockets, bring it, let the team sit with it, let's look what's in this dockets, and then we'll be further briefed by the chief.
To your knowledge, at this point, had there been any engagement between IDEC and SAPS generally about these dockets at all by the 6th of December?
During December, there was engagements like...
No, I'm interested in the 6th specifically.
I cannot remember, a specific date, but what I'd safe to say is during December, there were engagements with SAPS with regards to the dockets, to get these dockets, case dockets that were open, where are they, and then get the dockets so we can see what is in the dockets. So you would have went to the police station and from the police station tracked, where are the dockets from there.
I ask this because if you turn to page 300 of MK15,